the Hisuian Zoroark. I don't actually know what that does. Whoa! Oh my god! No way! We did that! And we have a lot of packs to open. I have been on the grind opening it, or for the last like 2 months, trying to get as many coins as I can to get as many packs. And I've been playing in a bunch of tournaments, and we have 139 Lost Origins packs to open. Of course, this is the latest Pokemon set. Brings back the Lost Zone, brings in Giratina V-Star. That's kind of what we're looking for today. We're looking for Giratina V-Star, looking for some Goodras, some Zoroarks, and then the Lost Zone engine stuff. So Comfey, Mirage Gate, and Colress's Experiment. Those are kind of the big hits that we're looking for here. And Rage Rooster says, thanks for replying to me on YouTube so you could follow and watch the stream today. Awesome. Glad you're here. This one's going to be like every time there's a big set, we try and open a whole bunch of packs, see what we pull, see what sort of decks we can make in the future. And here we go. Pack 1. First pack magic. Let's go. We will be doing some gameplay stuff a little later today. I love seeing all the new cards. I'm going to get sick of all these soon. But in the immediate time, here we go. First one. Oh, damn. Right off the bat, we got a Zoroark V. Zoroark, when we get to the Zoroark V-Star, we can talk about it. Zoroark V-Star is one of the feature Pokemon in this set, can do a gajillion damage for basically 1 double turbo energy. Pretty awesome. The V is... You probably don't want to do anything with the V, but it is the vessel to get to the V-Star. And this pack opening may be a little slower than the ones you watch on Twitch or YouTube, because I'm going to try and talk about the notable cards as they come up. For example, Misfortune Sisters lets you look at the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck and discard any number of item cards you find there. Your opponent shuffles the other cards back into their deck. There are certain sort of control decks that may benefit from this, like getting rid of switch cards and stuff like that. So maybe this has a home in something like Durant. But yeah, interesting card. Probably very situational at best. These Pokemon, probably not much happening here, admittedly. And then Arc Phone, look at the top card of your deck. You may switch that card with one of your face-down prize cards. This might be good for something like a V-Union deck, for example. Rage Rooster says, what do you think about the 40 energy Kyogre Volcarona V deck? That is... Yeah, around this time last year, that was like the meme deck of the universe. And it was really effective at the time. With Manaphy in the format now, it's a lot harder to cheese your way through wins with that. All right, next pack. This Hoopa card is not very good, at least that I can see so far. This Pikachu, I actually have this one in English and in Japanese. It is very cute. And this is one of the ones we were looking for here. Colress's Experiment. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put 3 of them into your hand. Put the other cards into the Lost Zone. So a lot of Lost Zone cards, right? The Lost Zone, it's a mechanic where instead of cards going into the discard pile, they go into the Lost Zone. You don't get them back. But in exchange, you unlock different moves or abilities along the way. Colress's Experiment is a key card in filling up your Lost Zone so you can do cool stuff later in the game. Nin Obsessed, finally able to catch a stream. Love videos, really help getting into Met. Thank you so much for dropping by. Glad you appreciate the videos and glad to have you here. All right, here we go. Next pack. We've got just the Ice Rider horse. Galar King, thank you so much for the follow. And Parasect. I mean, this isn't exactly the worst ability. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may make both active Pokemon asleep and poison. There are certain attackers that benefit from having having status conditions on your opponent, but I don't see that getting much play. All of these are like commons. There is a new stadium here, Lake Acuity. All Pokemon that have any water or fighting energy attached take 20 less damage from attacks from the opponent's Pokemon. This is, yeah, helps certain decks be a little more tanky. And this is something definitely for like a Gudra deck. This might even be good in a straight up Arceus deck, because that deck, Arceus Inteleon, runs a lot of water energy. So yeah, definitely something to consider there. But yeah, Rage Rooster also depends on your ELO. Like, you can probably, I don't know if it's worth building it from scratch at this point, but if you have the cards, like, by all means, like, run it and see how well you do. Okay, and a Raichu. Okay, we love us some Raichu on this channel, of course. We live by the motto Raichu or Daichu, and this particular Raichu, not necessarily the best. I think that's very situational, where you can get its Arc Spark, Ace Spark move to work. So for one lightning, 2 colorless, does 100 damage. Plus, if you've used your V-Star power, this attack does 120 more damage. Yeah, you can get 2 attachments, hit 200 damage on a single prizer, but you have to use your V-Star in advance. You need lightning energy. It's a whole thing. Maybe it finds use as a Palkia killer or something, but I don't necessarily see much coming from that card. We also have Lost Vacuum, where you can only use this card if you put another card into your Lost Zone. You can choose a Pokemon tool attached to any Pokemon or any stadium in play and put it in the Lost Zone, another card to potentially disrupt your opponent, get tools out of the way, get stadiums out of the way, and also fill up the Lost Zone. Or just get rid of their stuff and put it in their Lost Zone. I should have noted that each player gets their own Lost Zone, and yeah, there we go. Magerta! No, this isn't it. This isn't it. We did get another Vacuum, which is good. Not really seeing much else here worth talking about, so let's keep going. Warlock decks and Hearthstone. I have never played Hearthstone, so I can't speak to that, unfortunately. All right, here we go. 2 rares. Ooh, we got the Arcanine Trainer Gallery and a Dugong. Okay, let's start with the Dugong. It has the move Flow Return, where it does 40 damage. Shuffle any amount of energies from your Pokemon into your deck. This attack does 40 damage for each card you shuffled into your deck this way. There is a new, I think it's Finneon, that has a move, like a crazy water acceleration move that only accelerates to Pokemon that have the swim freely move. So this Dugong does have the potential to hit like a truck. I haven't put in too much thought about this, but it could be something. It could be something. I saw on Twitter some people were trying to make this work last night. Arcanine is also a really interesting card here, where it's got the move Very Vulnerable, which is a free move, and it does 10 damage. Plus, if you have no cards in your hand, this attack does 150 more damage. So you'll use something like a Radiant Venusaur to draw back up to 4. You discard a whole bunch of cards and then just try and hit for 160 each time. Could be really cool. We also have Damage Pump, which lets you move up to 2 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to your other Pokemon in any way you like. This card synergizes particularly well with Hisuian Zoroark V-Star, where your damage is predicated on the amount of damage counter spread across your, well, how many of your bench Pokemon have damage. So this will be incredibly impactful for that deck. And then everything else here is kind of bulk. Kazron says, yes, Arcanine, you're a huge fighting fan. I have a love-hate relationship with fighting in the Pokemon trading card game, like fighting types. We got a new Kingdra. What does this do? I actually haven't looked at this card before. Once during a turn, you may have either player shuffle their hand and put it at the bottom of their deck. If that player draws any card, puts any cards to the bottom of their deck this way, they draw 4 cards. Okay, so like Hand Disruption, sort of a Marnie, a one-way Marnie, but it is a stage 2. Its attack isn't that great. Maybe this will see some play for the ability, but it feels too expensive to me. We do have, like, Iscan's kind of a bad trainer. Draw 2 cards. If your active Pokemon has a Hisuian in its name, draw 2 more cards. This is not as good as a Avery or like many of the other draw 3s that actually have more meaningful benefits. And we also got the new Clefairy with the ability Moonwatch Party. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot for each of your bench Clefairy, you may search your deck for a Psychic Energy card and attach it to that Clefairy, then shuffle your deck. So you can get, you know, imagine using a bunch of Switch cards and loading up your Clefairies with energy, and then do the move Wonderstorm, which does 20 damage times 20 for each Psychic Energy attached to all of your Pokemon. I saw someone on Twitter do 300 damage with this move, but this also synergizes pretty well with Mewtwo V-Star, where you can load up the Clefairies with a bunch of energy and then smash with Mewtwo and just discard energy off the Clefairies. So interesting potential here in this Clefairy card. And Ian says, can't hang out today, but hope the stream goes well. Thank you so much. Oh, damn, juked by one guy. Congratulations on the shiny Snorlax. Let me open. What? You got the... Okay, hold on. Wait. Let's go back to the... How does everyone keep getting the shiny Jets? All right, let me finish open this pack, and then we'll go do the thing. We'll go do the thing, okay? Hold on. We've got... Radiant Gardevoir. Okay, this is good. And a... Oh, snap! Oh, snap. Full Art Kyurem V. The Rapid Freeze for 1. Attach any number of water energy cards from your hand to your Pokemon any way you like. We're really looking for Kyurem V Max on this one, but this is a good start. Good start. And Radiant Gardevoir, a interesting... Radiant card. You can only have one of these in your deck at a time. It has the ability Loving Veil, where all of your Pokemon take 20 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon V. Very interesting ability that helps your decks tank a little better. I think Goodra is probably the obvious one, but there are other decks that could benefit from this as well. For anyone watching this on YouTube after the fact and are wondering what the heck just happened, juked by one guy on the Twitch stream, used the channel point reward Pokeflute, where you see the Snorlax jump out this corner of the stream, and they got the shiny Jet. There's a 1 in 300 shot you will unlock the shiny Jet, where it's a shiny Snorlax. I write your name into the Twitch channel for everyone to see from now till the end of time, and let me show you that over here, right? So from now till the end of time, juked by one guys, Kelsey is here. That's the name of their shiny Snorlax, and I will do the remainder of the stream in the shiny Snorlax onesie. So that's what the deal is. Also, Nebula's has a question. While we try and keep the buy sell trade talk to a minimum, this one I can answer because this isn't like specifically asking people for buying, selling, and trading. Nebula's asks, what do I need to trade for a Hisuian Zoroark V? That's actually a good question. You can go to this site. This site, ptcgoprices.com. I'll put the link in the chat here. And this kind of shows you what the current trade values are for cards right now. And we can see here, Hisuian Zoroark V is trading for... This is what people are asking. The green number is what people are offering to buy it. And the red number is how much people are willing to sell. So I usually look at the red number as a point of reference. And not all trades are going to be this number. Most of the time, they're actually be higher than this. But personally, when I'm going through the trade section, I try and find a number around that red number as close as I can for what should I be trading to get this specific card. So again, PTCGO prices, absolutely amazing resource so you don't get ripped off in trading packs. Okay, I think we talked about everything worth talking about in this pack at the moment. Oh, there's a Kamala here. If this Pokemon is asleep and knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, your opponents can't take any prize cards from it. Could be an interesting way to stall for time, but I don't necessarily think this is going to be a big deal. Here we go, back at it. I actually have... So Ninub... Okay, let me open this pack and then we'll chat about PTCG Live. Oh, hold on. We have a good stadium to talk about. Vileplume which does no, that's not really worth talking about. Nothing really here except for Lost City, which is a really cool stadium. Whenever a Pokemon, either yours or your opponent's, are knocked out, put that Pokemon in the Lost Zone instead of the discard pile. There are certain decks that really don't want to lose their Pokemon to the Lost Zone. In particular, the Radiant Charizard deck, where it only really has one main attacker and like one card as an attacker, and if it goes into the Lost City, that deck is basically dead. If you're able to get 2 Regi, even 1 Regi is enough to in the Lost Zone that can really disrupt your opponent and just get them out of there. If you're playing against Soul Rock Lunatone, you can just get these Lunatones out of the game forever. It's kind of sick. So definitely something to look into. Even if you're not building a Lost Zone deck, this might be a tech that you want in there. Of course, once you get knocked out, you have your Pokemon get thrown in the Lost Zone too. So yeah, keep that in mind. And Nin Obsess asks why my issues with PTCG Live. I actually have a video going up today about good things about PTCG Live, but right now, like, bad stuff about PTCG Live. It's buggy. There are like a lot of issues with. Oh snap! Oh snap! We got the full art. Oh, wow! What a double banger! We got the Aerodactyl V. You're probably gonna want the Aerodactyl V Star. This by itself doesn't do all that much, but the full art Nessa. We love us some waifu cards here, and this one's a pretty good one in some specific water decks because it lets you put any combination of water or water Pokemon. Water energy or water Pokemon from your discard back into your hand. Oh yeah, definitely. And the wind up arm lets you do it lets you attack even if you're paralyzed or asleep. There's basically one card in the whole game that takes advantage of this. And yeah, PTCG Live, it's buggy, it's ugly, it runs slower than PTCGO. Yeah, it's like not as fun. It is confusing to use. It's bad from a content creator perspective because the way that the decks show up on the screen. It's kind of bad all around right now. There's one thing that's really good about it, and the video that's coming up at 11 o'clock this morning will speak to that. All right, we got another Radiant Gardevoir. We don't really need any more of those, and we also got a Thornton. This is a kind of a reprint of Ninja Boy from older sets, where it lets you choose a basic Pokemon in your discard pile and switch it with one of your basic Pokemon in play. Any attached cards, damage counters, special conditions, turns in play, and any other effects remain on the new Pokemon. So if you take, for example, let's say it's the Palkia deck, and you have a Sobble in the active with an energy, you can go and switch that Sobble with a Palkia, and then all of a sudden you have a Palkia in the active when there wasn't one before. It's pretty nuts. There are going to be some really wacky combinations that happen from this card, and I'm very excited to see what happens. I think Regigigas is another deck that is going to take advantage of this. We'll see. And Poliwrath. Yeah, the Poliwhirl is actually the one. And when we get to the Poliwhirl, we'll talk about that and how it synergizes with the Poliwrath. This pack, oh snap, we got a Magnezone V. Again, this is one, you're not really doing much with the V. It does have sort of a gusting move here with switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. This attack does 40 damage to the new active Pokemon. Like, yeah, maybe you could take out a Sobble or a Drizzile. Actually, you can't even take out Drizzile. You can take out a Sobble, though, with that. And it does have the splitting beam for 9. You're not going to use this. You're really playing for Magnezone V-Star here. And I don't think it was worth anything else here talking about. So let's keep going. And the Machamp, yeah, the one that goes up to 300 health. We'll talk about that when we get there. We do get a Radiant Steelix and another Poliwrath. Okay, let's talk about Radiant Steelix. This one has this crazy move, Destructive Finish, where it does 60 damage plus discard cards from the top of your deck until only one card remains. This attack does 30 more damage for each energy card you discarded this way. There was a Gyarados card from back in the day that had a very similar move. I'm not sure how good this move is actually going to be. It does feel very memey, and if you're able to pull this move off, it's going to be pretty sick. I think though there are definitely going to be people that try to make this card work. I don't know how effective it'll be in the long run, but very curious to see people try. Oh, that's not the Poliwhirl. It's the Politoed is the one that's interesting. Okay, Gift Energy. We have to talk about that. And another Magnezone. I guess we're going to build a Magnezone deck soon, which I don't necessarily hate. I don't necessarily think it's a surefire way of beating Palkia, but it could be good. And then Gift Energy. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides colorless energy. If the Pokemon card this is attached to is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, draw cards until you have 7 in your hand. Kind of like a built-in Cynthia's Ambition of sorts, and there will be certain decks that benefit greatly from Gift Energy. Actually, a lot of decks would benefit from being able to drop to 7 when knocked out. So definitely a card you'll want to consider, maybe even get a playset of. And then we also got Panic Mask, which prevents all damage done to the Pokemon this card is attached to by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon that have 40 HP or less remaining. Is probably not particularly useful. I can't really see the many practical uses for that one. Yeah, Lucky Energy Tool. Yeah, and Meg says, have you pulled anything good yet? We got a bunch of Vs. No V stars yet. No V maxes. Also, welcome back, Meg. We did get the Basket Legion here, which does for 0 energy, 20 damage for each basic energy in your discard pile. Then shuffle those cards into your decks. Certain decks, this could actually be kind of cool. The Box of Disaster. This one's new. If the Pokemon V this card is attached to has full HP and is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, put 8 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. So you're looking to get one hit KO'd. I don't know if the 8 damage counters is enough of a comeback, but yeah, interesting. Also, yeah, we talked about this Pikachu card. So cute. Box of Disaster sounds my kind of life. Meg, I hope you're doing well. Okay. Oh, we got another big one here. Oh, we got another Arcanine. Closer to building that deck. And another Raichu. We talked about this card already. We talked about this one. New one here. Mirage Gate. You can only use this card if you have 7 or more cards in the Lost Zone. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards of different types and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. Then shuffle your deck. There are a lot of cards, a lot of cards in the game that are just useless because it's really hard to accelerate them. But if you combine the Comfey engine with Colress's Experiment, you can get a bunch of cards in the Lost Zone quickly, and then combo that into Mirage Gate to accelerate energy to those Pokemon. And this isn't just for Giratina V-Star or Gudra V-Star. Almost every Pokemon in the game could benefit from running a Lost Zone engine, which makes this very cool. All right, let's keep going. I'm looking for 4 of those Mirage Gates. By the end of this, I think we should have all 4. And let's get a Buffalin. I mean, it does allow you to put one of your opponent's energies in the Lost Zone, but I can't really see any other practical uses for that. I think this pack is entirely bulk. Nebula's asked, is there any game modes that allow more cards in the deck like Commander and Magic's Gathering? No. Every mode is always 60 cards. Recently the Pokemon published a book on alternative ways to play. Ooh, this Sableye is good. Okay. We'll get back to that in a second. Sableye has the move Lost Mine, where you can only use this move if you got 10 or more cards in the Lost Zone. Put 12 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. You can spread them all across the board. 12 is a pretty good number to be able to spread out, and combined with that engine, the Lost Zone engine we just talked about with the Comfey, Colress, Mirage Gate, it's not impossible to get the Sableye up and running, and you could possibly take multiple KOs with the Sableye as well. So pretty nifty card that we'll definitely experiment with at some point here. And I think the rest we can just kind of skip over. GLC is still 60 cards, but yes, GLC is one of those sort of alternative ways to play that is kind of like Commander, but it's still 60 cards. All right, here we go. And the Beautifly. I mean, this is it's a stage 2 Bibarel, but it lets you draw up to 6 cards. No, it's not worth it. It's not worth getting this on a stage 2 in order to draw up to 6 cards versus Bibarel, where it's 1 evolution and it goes up to 5. Otherwise, I think we did get another Clefairy. We have 2 of those. Hopefully we can build a deck for that at some. We should, like, Clefairies are common. We should have enough of those to experiment with. Oh, a couple big ones here. Another full art Nessa and okay, so the Nessa's really, we've talked about this Nessa card already, but gorgeous card. Riley's Garbage. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck and have your opponent choose 2 of them. Discard those chosen cards and put the remaining cards in your hand. There are better ways of drawing 3 cards than this. And Fantina is a new one, where if you've got 10 or more cards in the Lost Zone, all of your Pokemon take 120 less damage from your opponent's Pokemon V. Very meta-relevant card. I think Gudra's probably looking at this. Any sort of Lost Zone decks are probably thinking maybe we put a 1-of in there to just not take damage or take a lot less damage. Fantastic card. Yeah, we got so many packs to go. And I'm still, we haven't pulled any V-Stars yet. Our 3rd Radiant Gardevoir and a Magcargo. I mean, you do get to do 220 damage on a stage 1 for 3 energy. Theoretically, you could get this up and running in 2 turns with a Magma Basin. But putting all the energy in the Lost Zone, you might want that as well. I don't think this is worth it. I don't think this is worth it. Would love to be proven wrong. Also, I love this Licky Licky card. Licky Licky's so cute. Okay. And oh, there we go. Full. Oh, geez, that was not what I was going for. Hisuian Gudra V. We got another full art. Again, this is another one where we're looking for the V-Star to really talk about it, but we do need the V, and this is a great start. A great start. Electric here has the ability Ad Hoc Shock. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. I don't know if you can really build a deck around a chance at paralysis, but it could be cool. Everything else here, we did get our 3rd Clefairy. That's great. Okay, we did get the new Zorua. We do get the Calyrex horse, and an Iska. I love full arts. We love Husbandos here too. This is a bad card though. This is a bad card. So we'll just move on. We still have 115 packs to go. I need to pick up the pace if we're going to talk about this other deck that I've been wanting to share. Okay, we did get a Parasect here. All right. And a Haunch Crow. Like, no, this is not good. X Scissor when you play hand to evolve when your Pokemon. Oh, it's the poison and the sleep one. Okay. I love the art on this Ducklet though. Yeah, Yukimori, the one who does all the Pokemon that are like figures in the real world, some of my favorite cards. I think they look amazing. And yeah, can we talk about the art in Pokemon cards? I think the art really sets these cards apart and how they're presented. The Pokemon Vs, V Maxes, the alternate arts are like the best cards in any game, period. Okay, we get the Hisuian Zoroark. I don't actually know what that does. Whoa! Oh my god! No way! We did that! Oh my goodness. Let's go. Giratina V Star Alt Art. Oh my goodness. Wow. I mean, for what? Like, absolutely insane artwork. Not everybody's gonna like it because of how busy the card is. But Giratina V and V Star, like some of the best the most in-demand cards of the set. Amazing Pokemon, amazing alt art. Oh, chef's kiss. Can't believe we pulled that. I'm gonna need a second. I'm gonna need a second to breathe here. Oh. Oh. Oh, dreams do come true. I didn't expect it to happen, but here we are. Here we are. Get the inhaler. Yeah, you're right. Oh man, but my wife's asleep and it's upstairs on my nightstand. I can't. I'm just gonna ogle this art a little more. If that's all right with you guys? And Kazron, you're right. Pokemon card art better than any art. Anyone see the new Lorcana game and the art? I'm excited for it. I hope it's good. I've never played any other TCG besides this. Well, Dice Masters is kind of in this style, but it's Dice. It's a different thing. All right, we're gonna come back to the Giratina later. Hopefully we can pull some V stars to go with it. We still have 113 packs to go. Oh my good. Our luck has been pretty good today in terms. We've pulled a lot of Vs. We pulled a lot of full arts. We've got a couple secret rares. We did get a Mirage Gate, so this isn't entirely a bust. Okay, we did get Lady, and okay, we got our second and unlucky Van. Thank you so much for the follow. Truly appreciate it. We pulled our second Zoroark V. We're still on the hunt for the V stars, but we did pull. If we can pull the lady card, this is very situational card in terms of getting 4 basic energies from the discard, or getting 4 basic energies from the deck, putting them into your hand. Like this could work with something like Galarian Moltres, something like a Frostmoth deck, but yeah, the full art, the waifu card is very sought after. Why is opening packs so get you interesting content? It's gambling, man. Everyone wants to see someone else hit the jackpot, but yeah, it's cards though. Okay. This is the move. Finneon. This is kind of the backbone of a new budget deck archetype. Oceanic Accompaniment. That's a very awkward name. As often as you like during your turn, you may attach a water energy card from your hand to one of your Pokemon that has the Swim Freely ability. This goes with the Dugong. This actually kind of pairs up with the Lady card as well. Just grab 4 energy, put them on the Dugong using Finneon, and smash. So there's a potential synergy there. Otherwise, I don't think we have to talk about any of these other ones, other than Hisuian Growlithe is adorable. All right. During Extra Life this year, we're probably, knock on wood, hopefully I can get my mobile cam stuff fixed. No, this is a garbage pack. If we can get my mobile cam fixed, we will probably do some IRL pack opening again like we did last year. My wife and I usually don't open packs on stream because my wife and I open packs together. That's kind of our thing. But we'll probably do some sort of like IRL pack opening thing as part of Extra Life this year. Just a heads up for everybody, Extra Life is a fundraiser we participate in every year. We do a 24-hour marathon, play a whole bunch of different games, have activities. We play board games. We have taste tests of weird snacks, all sorts of stuff. We're going to have guests here at the house playing games 24 hours straight. All the proceeds go towards a wonderful... Oh, snap! Damn, we got the Charizard, too! Okay, well, okay, Mimikyu, get out of here. Charizard. Ooh, Charizard. So remember, this is the Vivid Voltage theme deck Charizard, but now we've got the Trainer Gallery version. going to have to upgrade my Charizard here with this one here. What an awesome card. I think highlighting two things here. Two things I love about this art is that, one, we don't really get to see Charizard happy too much, and I love the fact that Charizard is happy here with his homie Leon. And two, this kind of highlights how short Charizard is. I think that a lot of people have this idea that Charizard is this giant dragon, but Charizard is actually just kind of standard human height. I think he might actually be a short king. We'll have to check the measurements on that. I think he is a borderline short king, and I say this as someone who is clearly in short king territory. Well, I'm like, I think they draw the line of short king at like 5'9". Oh snap! We got the full art Corliss's Experiment too. Oh man, we are going to be flexing with our Lost Zone deck when we finally get the chance to build all of that. Man, yo, this pack opening has been goated. I think we still need a couple of V-Stars here. We still have time for that, but we've pulled no shortage of bangers here. And we've got a good foundation for stuff. And we got the Giratina Vault Art. Are you kidding me? Okay, Drapion V. This is the potential Mew killer card with the ability Wild Style. This Pokemon's attacks cost 1 colorless less for each of your opponent's Single Strike, Rapid Strike, and Fusion Strike Pokemon in play. So Mew VMAX gets their full board set up. You throw in Drapion on the bench, and then you murder Mew VMAX with 1 hit for 0 energy. You can kind of tech this into any deck and just have Drapion take 3 prizes, no prob. I don't think this is going to completely wipe Mew off of the meta. I think it's going to be an ongoing thing where people tech in Drapion, Mew players fall back, the meta says, okay, we don't need to play Drapion anymore, and then the Mew players come back. So it'll kind of be an ongoing on again, off again thing, but glad to have this one in the deck. I think Urshifu in particular licking their lips at having a viable answer for Mew VMAX. You love the dragon meme for Charizard asking another Pokemon how he's a dragon, but Charizard is. Yep. Oh, we got another one. Okay. And Darkrai. We don't care about that, but we got another one. Man, we're going to be flexing so hard with our Charizard themed deck. Ugh. Okay. Next pack, we did get an Ariados. That's some very cool art. Sort of that hand-drawn, almost pencil crayon sort of look. I don't think there's anything really worth talking about on this card, so we'll just move on. Everything else here doesn't really... Yeah, okay. Back to your charity event. It's going to be, I believe, the first weekend of November. It'll be I think it's the 5th year that we will be running it. The 5th year, and if all goes according to plan, we're on pace to raise, like, for the lifetime we've been doing it, on pace to have raised like $10,000 Canadian, like 8,000 US, which is absolutely crazy. We did get the full art cast form and okay, let's take a second to look at little cast form here. There is a cast form meme deck that came out of Chilling Rain. I did try and make a version of this. Actually, I do have it. I don't know if it's worth making a video about, but we can talk about this at some point. It basically has the ability, weather reading. If you have 8 or more stadium cards in your discard pile, it attacks for free. And so the idea is discard a bunch of stadiums and then just use cast form attacks for free. And Toolbox. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal any number of Pokemon tool cards you find there and put them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. This could be something handy for, I think, Rodon V uses tools, as does Honchkrow V, where you can just load a whole bunch of tools onto it. And maybe this helps that Honchkrow Pachirisu deck be not garbage, but we'll see. Sneaker Talk TCG still wants the alt art Giratina. Oh yeah. I mean, shout outs to all of the the Pokemon TCG creators out there. And yeah, I'm floored that we pulled that card when we did. And we got a full art Husbando here, full art Cook. This probably will slide right into the Mewtwo control decks. I haven't played that one yet because I don't have all of the Snorlaxes and I don't want to trade for them. We did get an Arezu here, which is going to be very good for some decks. Search your deck for up to 3 evolution Pokemon that don't have a rule box, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. You could use this on something like a Shady Dealings deck. You can grab like Drizzle, and Teleon, turn that into a whole bunch of items. I don't think most people will probably just play Irida instead, but there were certain archetypes where you might want this instead. All right, keeping it moving. Yeah, there are also giveaways as well. If you donate a certain amount, there's like prints that I print and I write a thank you note and I mail it to you, physically mail it to you. We got a Kyurem V, our second one, our first regular art. Hopefully we can build. I think we need at least a 2/2 of Kyurem V and V Max to really get cooking. And we haven't talked about this Porygon 2 yet, which has the attack Garbage Attack. This attack does 20 damage for each Pokemon tool card in the Lost Zone. Single prize attacker, stage 1, combines well with that toolbox card. That could be something. I will showcase the prints that are the giveaways this year soon. We actually had an issue with scanning one of the arts. It didn't scan properly, so I have to go back to the store to scan them again. We got a Goodra V. This is our first regular art. We're still looking for the V-Star. We do have a full art as well. Really looking for some B-Stars here. We've gotten a lot, like a good groundwork of Vs, but we haven't pulled any of the big cards outside of the Giratina alt art. Porygon Z and a Ariados. No, this ain't it. This ain't it. Okay, we got 2 rares here. We did get, full art Kabu. And here we go. Drapion V-Star does 250 damage minus. This attack does 10 less damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So maximum 250, 280 if you put a choice belt on there. But it takes less. It does less damage for each damage counter that's on there. I don't think it's that good. And Hazard Star, during your turn, you may make your opponent's active Pokemon paralyzed and poisoned. I think people are going to be playing the Drapion V. I don't think people are really going to be building the V-Star. I could be wrong, though. And let's look at this Kabu. Definitely a staple card in sort of quad decks like your... like a Stonjourner or a Dracozolt where you only have one Pokemon on the board at a time. Yeah, glad to get one of those. I don't really play those types of quad decks. I just haven't had the cards for it, but maybe we'll look into it at some point. Nothing really to write home about here, so let's keep it moving. And a Cresselia, that's no, that's not that good. Let's keep moving. This artist has some of the craziest art. It feels like a fever dream each time. It's not a style for everybody, but it is definitely distinct. And again, Pokemon, the best art in the game. We got another Gift Energy. Love that. Love another Mirage Gate and another Magerna. We can just keep moving. For everyone that's been opening packs of Lost Origin so far, what's your big pull, either in PTCGO or IRL? Clefable has the ability that lets your Pokemon take 30 less damage from Dragon Pokemon. Right now, Dragon Pokemon don't really have any, like, they have no weakness and they don't really hit anything for weakness, but you can kind of mitigate Dragon Pokemon a little bit with Clefable. You're not really going to attack with this. I don't really see anybody using this Clefable card, to be honest. All right, we do get, oh snap, Orbeetle V and there we go. Double banger Kyurem V Max. Wow, it's got 330 HP, and the ability Glaciated World. Once during your turn, you may discard the top card of your deck. If that card is a water energy card, attach it to one of your Pokemon. Pairs really well with something like Ord Guru, and it has the move Max Frost for 3 water energy, does 120 damage, and you may discard any amount of water energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 50 more damage for each card you've discarded this way. So if you discard all 3 energy, you are now hitting for 117. I think you're hitting for like 200. Oh gosh, I can't do math. 150 plus, I think that's 270 plus a choice belt, 280. You're knocking out V-Stars, and you can load this up. So this is where it kind of separates itself from something like an Ice Rider Calyrex, where, yeah, you can scale the energy with a choice belt and maybe a Leon, but if you just throw a whole bunch of energy onto Kyurem, you can one-hit KO anything in the game. I don't know if Kyurem will just take over the Ice Rider rule, but we'll see. I hope that we get enough V Maxes and Vs that we can experiment and build that deck. And Orbeetle V, this was one of the first decks I built. I've been sitting on a couple of Orbeetle decks. I know Orbeetle kind of came back into prominence for like a week in the content creator space when an Orbeetle deck won a tournament. But generally speaking, it's kind of a struggle bus, and I would like to play it and showcase it at some point before it rotates out. So we'll see if we can squeeze that in there somewhere. Okay, and oh damn, the Rainbow Choruses experiment. Just have one of each type? Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. Shout outs to Rainbow cards. I know not everybody loves a rainbow card, especially in the world of PTCGO where you can actually trade for cheaper. Hot take, I like rainbow cards. I think they look great, particularly IRL. If you haven't had the opportunity to look at a rainbow card IRL and see the sparkles and how it shimmers, it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. I think people still prefer the regular versions, and that's fine, but I love me a rainbow rare too. Okay, we do get our first Hisuian Sneasler and a Mr. Mime. So I have a feeling my wife is going to murder me with this card because it has the move Tricky Slap. You and your opponents play rock, paper, scissors until someone wins. If you win, during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage from and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. If you're really good at rock, paper, scissors, and you can pair this with like a Lost Engine to get the, I guess that's 2 attachments here. You can play a Twin Energy or a Double Turbo. And you're really good at rock, paper, scissors, you can just shut people out of the game. And my wife destroys me in rock, paper, scissors. I don't understand. We also got Radiant Hisuian Sneasler, which has the ability Poison Peak, where during Pokemon Checkup, put 2 more damage counters on your opponent's poison Pokemon. So if they're already poisoned, you add even more poison to it. This is going to be a very situational card. Anything playing poison will probably want this, but I'm not sure if they'd want it over certain other cards. Idawat says rainbow cards look awesome. I agree. Okay, we get a reverse Clefable and a Cramorant. That's our first Cramorant. That's kind of weird. Like, we've pulled all sorts. We pulled the Giratina Alt-Art before we pulled Cramorant. It's got the move Lost Provisions, where if you have 4 or more cards in the Lost Zone, ignore all energy cost in this Pokemon's attack cost. Great single prize attacker in Lost Zone decks where you can just kind of hit 110 for free, throw a Choice Belt on, it's doing 140. You use the Articuno to boost up the damage, and all of a sudden it's kind of cool. So yeah, Cramorant kind of getting its time to shine here with this card. I'm hoping we can pull enough of those to make a Lost Zone deck work. We still have a ton of packs to go. I don't know if we're going to get to this deck. Okay, here we go. We got the Snorlax. It's my boy. And a Glycor. Okay, so this Snorlax has the ability Unfazed Fat, where you prevent all effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon. So any sort of attacks that cause sleep or poison or instantly knock out can't do that. But the big thing is this move Thumping Snore for 180 damage. Or for Thumping Snore for 3 colorless energy does 180 damage, and this Pokemon is now asleep. During Pokemon checkup, flip 2 coins instead of 1. If either is tails, this Pokemon is still asleep. So being asleep is not necessarily great, but you pair this with the Lost Zone engine, you can accelerate this card really quickly, hit for 180 damage, and off a single prize Pokemon, and possibly uptrade here. So really interesting card in single prize Lost Zone decks. I love seeing Snorlax as an attacker. Haven't really had that this entire, not since Snorlax V Max. All right, we're looking for the Politoed here, so we can talk about that deck archetype. Okay, double banger here. Reverse Hollow. Oh, no. That one's bad. Let's keep moving. Anyway, I hope y'all had the opportunity to say hi to Snorlax in the back there. Of course, how was he looking? Was he looking well? We did get I think this is our third one. We've pulled a couple of reverse hollows of the Zoroark. What does this do? At the end of your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon will be knocked out. Okay, this is something I need to explain. I think I need to explain. Because as a new player, I didn't understand how this move worked. And I was like, oh my god, this move is banned. This should be banned. And I think it was Galarian Slow King that has a move like this, where it reads at the end of your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon will be knocked out. You can get out of that. If you're the defending Pokemon and that effect is applied to you, all you have to do is move your Pokemon out of the active, and then that ability is that effect is erased and it doesn't matter anymore. So you probably don't have to worry too much about Doom Curse, and also it's probably not going to be that good because everybody has the ability to switch or retreat. Most decks do anyway. I don't know what you're talking about, Idawat. It was a Snorlax. Look, let me go and show you here with the Snorlax camp. Look, it's Snorlax. It's always Snorlax. It's always Snorlax here. And Gowlee, welcome back. How you doing, homie? Look, I'll even run it again. And look, it's Snorlax. I don't know what you guys are talking about. But yeah, someone did get Shiny Jet for the remainder. It's the third stream in a row we've had it, which is absolutely insane. We do get a fancy Spiritomb and a Dugong. Okay, let's take a second to talk about Spiritomb here. It's got the move Curse Message, ability Curse Message. If this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, search your deck for a card and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Yeah, just kind of a way of getting set up a little better. And the move Chain of Spirits does 60 more damage for each Spiritomb in your discard pile. So for 2 energy, you can hit for 180, or you play it with a Ditto, and then you get all the Spiritombs in the discard pile, and you're hitting for 240 for 2 energy. Not bad. You definitely want to play against V decks in order to get full value out of that move, though. Against single prize decks, you're going to struggle. All right. And a Porygon Z. I mean, you can devolve Pokemon with that, but that probably not worth it. Let's keep moving. How you doing today, Gali? I think we've got a full set of Mirage Gates now. That's fantastic. And there's the Politoed. Okay, this one has the move Lordly Song Leader for 2 colorless energy. If Poliwag is on your bench, this attack does 60 more damage. If Poliwhirl is on your bench, this attack does 90 more damage. If Poliwrath is on your bench, this attack does 120 more damage. So if you've got you've got the Poliwrath and the Poliwhirl and the Poliwag, this can do a whole bunch of damage, but you have to set up all of these Pokemon to make that work. It's highly unlikely, but I'm sure people will try to make this deck work at some point. Yeah, Lee says, I finished a Comey Can't Communicate fan art yesterday. Best anime of the year, even better than Spy X Family. Oh, congratulations on the completed art. Will I try to make that deck? If we get the cards for it, maybe. And Stonjourner has the move Power Stone. Actually, no, the move here that you want to pay attention to is Lost Shot, 120 damage for 4 energy. It's not good, but you can put the top card of your opponent's deck in the Lost Zone, and if they're not running a Lost Zone deck, that's just bad. I don't know. Like, yes, you could use Mirage Gates to get the energy up here. I don't think it's going to be worth it. How many packs do we have? Well, I think we're going to be flying through these faster. We finally got a Comfey, and the reason why this card is so important in this new set is that it has the ability Flower Selecting. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put one of them into your hand, put the other in the Lost Zone. So if you're building a Lost Zone deck, you're going to want to have 4 of these, and then you're going to want a whole bunch of switch cards. So you can throw a whole bunch of cards into the Lost Zone, kind of like how you play Celebrations Mew right now, to grab cards from the deck and then start smashing. So looking for 4 of these. I'm surprised it's taken us this long to get one Comfey. Still have a lot of packs to go, though. Okay, we do get another Politoed and another Comfey. All right, that's good. That's good. We got 2. All right, and we have a third Kyurem V. We also have the full art here. We're looking for... Yeah, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to complain. We do want the V Max. Hopefully, we can get at least one more V Max, and we can start cooking with that. All right, here we go. Oh, Honchkrow. Nope, garbage pack. Garbage pack. Miyazaki asks, is the Lost Zone similar to Magic the Gathering's Exile? First off, welcome to the stream. And second, I have not played Magic the Gathering before, so I unfortunately can't answer that question. All right, we do get another Dugong. We're close to having enough to build that deck, unless we pulled a reverse holo at some point, so maybe we do. Miyazaki, Zaki, how you doing? And I'm guessing you are a Magic the Gathering player? What's your... Yeah, this is the only TCG I play. I used to play a little bit of Marvel Dice Masters, which is kind of a TCG, but dice. But I fell out of that after a little while. All right, here we go. Double rare. We finally got the Machamp. And a Raichu. This one for GLC in particular is kind of crazy because it's got the ability Crisis Muscles. If your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining, this Pokemon gets 150 extra HP. This is a single prize Pokemon that has 300 HP at the back half of the game and a move that does up to 200 damage. Could one-hit KO Arceus V-Star. Has some potential here. Has some potential. I don't know if it's going to get much play in Standard. For GLC, definitely going to be a factor, at least based on the little bit I know about GLC. But very interesting card nevertheless. Lost Origins packs. Yes. Yes, it is. And is it Descrier? Descrier? I never know. I should know this, considering we've talked a bunch, and I've met you IRL. Mr. Mime. And also, in case you're wondering, we did pull the Giratina alt art. Absolutely crazy. Here we go. Another one. Mimikyu. No, nothing worth writing home. Descrier. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I will never mess that up again. How you doing today? Still looking for more V-Stars. We have not pulled a lot of V-Stars. We have just the... We have the Drapion, which isn't exactly the one we want. We have a bunch of Vs, though, like the... Oh, no. What does this Pyroar do? This is our first Pyroar. Scorching Aura during Pokemon Checkup. Put 4 damage counters on your opponent's burn Pokemon instead of 2. Okay. Burn doesn't really have much... I don't think that's going to do enough to get Burn to be a factor in the current meta. Okay, here we go. No, another trash pack. So you love trading card. Okay, Miyazaki says you love trading card games. You don't really play Yu-Gi-Oh either, but you know the basics and stuff. Your only complaint: made too much wording on the cards. Okay. Manetric, I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh. I'll have to take your word for it. This is, I mean, it could do 160. This potentially could one-hit KO Palkia, but yeah, no, nothing really to write home about here on this pack. Other than, you know what, this Shellos card is really cute. I do like that. Magnifying glass. I Pokemon cards, particularly in the GX era, got really bad about having walls of text. I am kind of glad that they scaled that back a little bit. Oof, not a good hit. But yeah, less text the better. Although I do like text if it does cool stuff in the game. But yeah, too much can be too much. This Malamar, it's got the crazy artwork. And this has the move Synchrokinesis for 1 psychic energy. Each player reveals their hand. If a card in your opponent's hand has the same name as the card in your hand, this attack does 90 more damage. For 120 for one, no, this isn't worth it. And Psychic Sphere is terrible too. This is not, you will not be replacing your Rapid Strike Malamar with this Malamar instead. All right, here we go. What else do we got? We got a cast form and another Gudra. I think we have the full art of this as well. So 3 Vs. We have no V stars yet. Really hoping to pull some V stars at some point. I mean, we've had in the grand scheme of things, our pulls have been pretty good. I think that if we pulled the Giratina alt art. So like really everything after that is kind of gravy. But still would like a couple more playable cards than what we've pulled so far. And we've got a lot of foundation cards and Vs. Just kind of looking some more V stars and V maxes. We do get another Radiant Steelix and a Kingdra. Uh-oh. We kind of need our momentum back. Because we've been flipping a lot of duds here. Porygon and okay, we got a Shiftry where it does have the move Tearing Gust for 210 or one grass energy, does 210 damage, and you put this Pokemon and all attached cards in the Lost Zone. 210 on a single prize attacker is pretty good for 1 energy. Crazy. But it is a stage 2. You will have to put all the cards in the Lost Zone, which might be a good thing depending on what type of deck you're trying to build. I don't necessarily think it's worth it for a stage 2 though. I'd rather just play like a Cramorant and just get the 110 plus without needing to get to stage 2 is such a problem in the game. And we got our 3rd Charizard. Oh, we love that. Love that. Oh, we're gonna be crushing it with that theme deck. Flexing on everybody with the fancy arts. Oof. I think we have a full set of Mirage Gates. We've got all the coreless cards. We're kind of still looking for some Comfeys. But really, at this point, we're fishing for the big cards. I think we got like all the commons and stuff. We do get a new Banette and a Politoed. This one might be useful in Lost Zone decks, where once during your turn, you may put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand. If you do, put this Pokemon in the Lost Zone. So you combine this with Corliss's Experiment, and you throw the Banette in the Lost Zone. You play Corliss Experiment, get 2 other cards in the Lost Zone. Could be another cool way of accelerating the Lost Zone even faster. All right. And we got a... I mean, it's a Pokemon V, but like this is not the card you want. I don't know if this is... I mean, this is probably someone's favorite Pokemon. This is not a good card. Neither of these moves do really all that much, and it's going to be kind of tricky building up that hand. I guess Treasure Rush will get you... Yeah, if you pull a Professor's Research and then do this move, you're still only hitting for 140 damage, which is not good enough. Not good enough. I am reluctant to do the Sad Rain for a Pokemon V, but that card's kind of miserable. Okay, we do get a Mimikyu and another Clefable. Not really anything to talk about here. We do get another Thornton, which is nice. Yazaki says, you've been trying to watch more PTCGO streams to learn a little more about what cards are good and which ones aren't, and what to use and whatnot. That's awesome. I'm glad you dropped by. And we do get our third Zoroark V. We love that. Love that for us. We still need the V-Stars. Hoping we can pull at least a couple of those. And I'm glad that we're almost close to building that deck, which is pretty fantastic. And if you're interested in more PTCGO content, particularly with a little more of an educational slant, particularly for resources for new players getting up to speed, I would highly recommend you check out my YouTube channel. Sorry, cheap plug here. We talk about Pokemon a lot. I've definitely shifted more of my content towards Pokemon content for new players getting into the game, what cards are good, deck profiles, all that stuff. So hopefully that helps. We do get the full art Orezu. Again, this could be a good card here. We do love us some waifu cards as well. And Deskar says, I haven't actually played PTCG since the Wizard of the Coast era and Team Rocket set. Used to play competitive then. Awesome. Yeah, would you ever consider coming back to the game? We got a Chandelure. Our first one has the ability Mountain Roasting. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may discard the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. Definitely disruptive there. I don't necessarily think the moves are any good, but you could potentially chain this to discard a whole bunch of cards and use this as sort of a mill engine. But I don't think it's particularly good. What Pokemon have a rule box? Okay, I will show you one the next time we pull one. But here we go. This is actually great. Kyurem VMAX, our second one. I was hoping to pull at least a 2-2 line. We got it. This is a rule box right here. So it has a special rule where it says when your Pokemon VMAX is knocked out, your opponents take 3 prize cards. Pokemon V, Pokemon V Max, Radiant Pokemon. In standard format, those 3 have rule boxes on them. In older formats, it would be stuff like GX cards. I think EX cards also drop multiple prizes as well. Anything that looks really pretty is probably a single prize. Although this does look really pretty and it's not. But yeah, this one definitely drops a whole bunch of prizes and is a rule box Pokemon. And there are lots of cards in the game that target rule box Pokemon to limit what they can do. Oh, Trevenant and Mr. Mime. What does this Trevenant even do? I haven't looked at this card at all. Elder Tree Barrier. If this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon V, your opponent can't take any prize cards from it. That's interesting. You kind of waste their attack for nothing. I don't necessarily think it's worth it, but maybe there'll be some uses for it here. Like you could do this in a Zoroark box deck. Go into the Trevenant, act as a wall. And yes, Miyazaki via VMAX cards drop 3 cards. It's half of the game, basically. It's kind of crazy, and IMO kind of a core problem with the game right now. But the game is trying to shift away from 3 prize Pokemon. Here we go. Gengar, one of the new cards of the set. It's got the ability Netherworld Gate. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in your discard pile, you may put it onto your bench. If you do, put 3 damage counters on this Pokemon. This can pair well with the Hisuian Zoroark V-Star, where you need damage counters on your Pokemon on the bench, and this gets you some Pokemon with damage counters on the bench. And it's also got the move Screaming Circle, where you put 2 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So if they've got 5, this can do up to 100 damage. I guess it could do more if you're playing against Eternatus, but no one's playing Eternatus anymore. Still 44 packs to go. I don't know. Okay. Barbicle and a Dugong. Okay. Here we go. 2 Ariados and a Hoopa. Yeah, no, this isn't really worth writing home about here. We still got like 40 packs to go. Still a little short. I'm glad we got the Kyurem line ready. Maybe we'll try and build a deck around that next week. That probably has some good synergy with Palkia, actually. Actually, yeah, it does have good synergy with Palkia. So I'll have to test that. I still have issues with Palkia. I don't know. I must be the worst Palkia player in the world. I struggle mightily with Palkia. I just... Oh, snap! Okay, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. I love this card. Pikachu VMAX. This was... Yeah, 1, it's the gold Pikachu. I would love to pull this card IRL. 2, I have a soft spot in my heart for this card. When I first started getting into the game, the first deck I ever theory crafted was in the Evolving Skies era of pairing Pikachu VMAX with Flaffy. And like I was one of the first creators on YouTube that had the gold had the Pikachu deck online as a thing that could work. I don't know if Pikachu VMAX has a place now in the meta. I know For the Win TCG has made a couple of decks in modern times using this card. But I would like to try and make Pikachu work one more time before it rotates out next year. And yeah, we love us some gold Pikachu here. Yeah, Pikachu still your favorite? Yeah. I helped Meg build that deck back in the day too. And it's a fun deck. We might have to come back to that one at some point. Like, the thing with Pikachu VMAX that could be helpful in modern times, we got another Sableye, that's good, is that with a Choice Belt, Pikachu VMAX one-hit KOs like every V-Star in the game. And that is kind of tantalizing. It is awkward because then you have to get... Oh, man, we got another Pikachu. I hope I can pull this card IRL. Oh, such a cute card. Sleeping Pikachu with the... I cannot remember her name. I do like that we got another Machamp here as well. But Pikachu. Not a very good card, but like playability-wise. But I think this card is absolutely adorable. The trainer gallery is one of my favorite things that the Pokemon TCG has, where you just sort of get another full art card. And even if they're not necessarily as expensive as the other cards, I just like having them. I have a couple on my desk right here, actually. I have my rare card box is kind of full at the moment, so I've got a couple here, the Mightyena and the Vaporeon ones, just kind of chilling here. But some of my favorite cards are trainer galleries. You play Pikachu right now for the Pika deck? Awesome. You love the Hisuian art and the variants. Pokemon Legends Arceus is... I think that game's great. It's not perfect. It's definitely buggy. Could be prettier. It's definitely rough around the edges in certain respects in terms of its pacing. Oh, we got another Snorlax. Love that for me. And I don't know, Raichu. Okay. This is fine. But I love the fact that Pokemon tried doing a Breath of the Wild like Zelda, and I think as a proof of concept, it's pretty good. I would love to see a more refined version in a sequel if they ever make a sequel. I think they will, but we'll see. I am excited for Scarlet and Violet, though. Looking forward to playing that. Another Politoed and a Mimikyu. Yeah, no, we don't have to cover anything else here. We're down to our last 30 packs. Still a little short on V-Stars. I was really hoping to pull V-Stars because those are really expensive to trade for. We do get a new card here, Volo. Discard one of your bench Pokemon V and all attached cards. This is... I'm very curious to see how meta relevant this becomes. Personally, I am someone who loves playing Crobat. I put Crobat in like all my decks, but getting it bossed up and losing 2 prizes is terrible. You could play a Volo and just get Crobat off the board, and then you're good. Or any sort of damaged Pokemon, you don't get them back. Like, it's not healing per se, because you get rid of the Pokemon completely. But I do think there are some valid uses for this Volo card. Here we go. Another Lost City. We love that. And... yes, we got another Giratina V. I would like to... I know I'm in a place of privilege. We pulled the alt art. I would like some V-Stars, though. Please. please. Just to make it a little less expensive to build this deck, but 2 Giratina Vs is a good start. That does save me like 20 something pack. Well, if we were trading for the alt art, that's trading for like 50 packs right now. It's crazy. Okay, here we go. And Staunjourner. And Miyazaki asks, why would you want to discard your own card? Are there a lot of cards that deal with graveyard? I don't know what graveyard is, but you might want to discard a card if it puts you at risk of getting like knocked out. So for example, there is a card, Crobat V, which it's not discard pile. Okay. Yeah, there are some Pokemon that you can bring back from the discard pile, but like, for example, Crobat in most decks is not an attacker. You're only putting it on the board to draw more cards. However, it becomes a liability for the rest of the game because someone can just gust it up, knock it out, and take 2 prizes. So having a card like Volo allows you to play a Crobat and then get it off the board so that you are not putting yourself at risk of coughing up 2 prizes. Ooh, the dark energies. So any sort of the gold energy trades for a lot because it will never rotate. It's always going to be relevant, always going to be flashy, and you're not confident with trades yet. And what's a good trade? I would recommend, we pulled this up earlier on the stream, this site called PTCGO Prices, which shows like the current market value for every card at this point in time. So let's see what, like, dark? Yeah, the gold dark energy right now could be, yeah, the Burning Shadows one is trading for like 50 packs. That's crazy. So yeah, you can use this as a gauge for how much you should be trading cards for. We did get a Delphox V. Let's go switch back to the gameplay here. And it's got the move Magical Fire for 2 fire and a colorless. Does 120 damage, and you can put 2... it does 120 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So it's kind of like a basic Rapid Strike Urshifu doing 120 to the active, 120 to the bench. You have to discard 2 energy into the Lost Zone, though, and you're only hitting the active in the bench versus Rapid Strike Urshifu can hit anything on the board. I don't think this card is going to see much play. You can use something like a Magma Basin and a Melanie to get this going turn 1 going second. Maybe you knock out 2 Sobbles and then they're dead. But I just don't see this card doing too much. Descrier says marketplace prices are helpful, but honestly, go with your gut while trading. If you really want a card, you may overtrade, but both parties will be happy. Yep, that's fair as well. And like, I don't stick to it exactly. Like sometimes someone might be offering like the same card for 1 pack more. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. But yeah, there is a whole culture of people who don't even play the game that just like trading cards to get more cards. Speaking of cards, Pidgeot V has the ability Vanishing Wings. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may shuffle it and attach all cards into your deck. This does kind of allow you to loop your deck and keep you in the game and prevent you from decking out a little bit. You're not really going to use this attack at all. Flight Surf, 160 if there's a stadium in play, but could have purposes in certain control decks to keep you from decking out. Descrier with a valid point. Yeah, in private trades, do what you... I'd say, yeah, just keep them... So there are certain trades in the public trade system that are really bad. We do get our 3rd Giratina V. We've almost got at least the V's down. I was really hoping we can get at least... Can we get at least 1 V-star? And on... Oh, I called that one out earlier. 3 Giratina V's. I can't complain. I shouldn't complain. We'll take it. Let's keep moving. I would like a V-star, though. Please and thank you. You got to head out for breakfast with friends. You'll leave your comp lurk. Thank you, Miyazaki, for dropping by. Enjoy your breakfast. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Got another full art Cook and a Electros. Does this actually do... I know I've been ignoring this card the whole time. Does this actually do anything? 160 for 2 and discard 2 energy. This could still 1-hit KO a Palkia. It is a stage 2, though, and that's not good. And During your next turn, this Pokemon's attacks do 120 more damage. You're probably going to get knocked out on the next turn with the way the game's currently going right now. Maybe in a single prize format, this is actually not bad. Complain, we need V-Stars. Yep. I really don't want to be trading my kidney for a Giratina V-Star. Or 3 of them. Oof. And we don't have any Zoroark V-Stars either. We have a lot of Foundation cards, though. Yes! Oh my... Paris, get out of here! Get out of here! Oh, we got some gold Mew as well. We completed the gold set of cards in Lost Origin. Mew. VMAX. Chef's Kiss. I will be the first to admit I am a dirty Mew player. This is my favorite. It's still my favorite deck to play. And right now in the tournament run, like in tournaments in PTCGO, I am running Mew VMAX. I don't care. I want as many wins as I can to get as many packs as I can. And we're definitely going to put Mew VMAX in our deck. Gold Bling. Yeah, we'll take that. Not quite the... Okay, so... Mew VMAX argue? Is Mew VMAX better than Giratina? I don't know. No, shift tree. We are down to our last 20 packs. We've only pulled 1 V-Star out of 139 packs. That's kind of disappointing, but we do have a whole bunch of Vs, and we did pull the Giratina alt art, and really that's kind of maybe the price of doing business here. We did get... Oh, no. Here we go. Okay, another Zoroark and a Cramorant. I'm looking for 4 of these. We are kind of running close on time here, though, in terms of the number of packs. Like, I'm looking for is it too much to ask for two Giratina V-Star in 16 packs? Oh no. Oh no. Here we go. We do get another cutie patootie Pikachu and a Pidgeot V, the full art. It's oh man, I can't really complain, but I do have 41 packs of unlocked packs, but I'm saving those to trade. At some point, I'll probably be trading those for anything that I'm missing. Probably going to prioritize getting Giratina V-Star. Depending on what the Zoroark prices are, we might actually be able to finish off Zoroark with those packs, but we shall see. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, 12 packs left. Michael John says, I like how cheap the gold Mew VMAX is. Yeah, absolutely. And welcome to the stream. And I think people in PTCGO don't like those gold cards, and you can usually get them cheaper than even the regular versions. We do get another Aerodactyl V full art, but we don't have any of those V-Stars. The only V-Star we've pulled out of 139 packs is the Drapion, which isn't exactly what we want. We do get a 3rd Cramorant, which is nice, but again, still a pretty... Anytime you open up packs and you get the Giratina, you can't really complain, but for the purposes of playability, kind of hoping for a couple more V-Star cards. The foils matter as much. Yeah, I don't care. I will trade... Like, I have 2 Palkia V-Stars in PTCGO because they were cheaper to trade for than the regular ones. All right, double rare. Maybe we're going to get something good here. We do get another Kingdra and an Orbeetle, which has a really weird ability, Jamming Attachment. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may attach up to 3 energy cards from your opponent's discard pile to your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. Why would you want to attach energy to your opponent's Pokemon, you may ask? There are certain cards that benefit from your opponent having a bunch of energy, including Starmie V and Orbeetle VMAX. And this is a card that could synergize with that. Still a very awkward strategy, but it could help. I know Orbeetle in particular does struggle when attackers don't have energy on there. So that could be a thing that helps get it to maybe somewhat playable status. All right, this is this is our sixth pack to go. Another Orbeetle and a Shiftry. Oh no. Yeah, Starmie too. I did mention that. What's the new gimmick with Radiant Pokemon? Radiant Pokemon, they are rule box Pokemon. You can only have one of them in your deck. They are single prize Pokemon, and they are very good single prize Pokemon. Either they have an amazing ability or a really cool attack, and they only drop a single prize, but they do have a rule box. You can only have one. We do pull a fourth Giratina V. We have the foundation down. We just need some V-Stars. Okay. Last 4 packs. Yeah, we got the playset of the Vs, which is good. I can't complain about that. There we go. We finally got a Giratina V-Star. Heck yes. Finally, man, took long enough to get there. And if you're watching this on YouTube, like, why is he talking? Okay, we can finally talk about Giratina V-Star. Yes. Cowface, what's up? Giratina V-Star, the feature Pokemon. Okay, all right, hold on. We're gonna celebrate with an emote storm. Flood the chat with your emotes. Let's go. I don't know. We need Athena here for this. Just throw in a bunch of emotes. Spam the chat while the music's up. There we go. Juke by one, guys. Got it. Love seeing that. And then we'll talk about the card in a quick sec. But we out here. Cowface throwing up a whole... They don't even have to be my emotes. Just whatever you want. There we go. Flood the screen. I want to see them all. Madra in the house. Idawad in the house. There we go. Finally. Giratina V-Star. Okay, let's talk about it. Giratina V-Star. What makes Giratina V-Star so special? It's got the move Lost Impact for 1 grass, 1 psychic, 1 colorless energy. Does 280 damage, and you put 2 energy attached to this Pokemon into the Lost Zone. But 280 damage is enough to 1-hit KO any V-Star in the game. You throw a Choice Belt on there, it's 1-hit KOing Mew VMAX. Absolutely a crazy tank. And it's got the V-Star power, Star Requiem for 1 grass, 1 psychic. And if you've got 10 or more cards in the Lost Zone, you instantly knock out your opponent's active Pokemon. Just take 3 prizes just like that off of VMAX. Absolutely insane. You can play this with Arceus V-Star and just kind of use it as a beat stick with Lost Impact. You can play it with the Lost Stones engine, the Comfey, the Colress, all of that stuff, and play it kind of as its own attacker. And it's looking to be a very strong archetype in the game. So we've got a 4-1. I'm going to need to sell my kidneys for 2 Giratinas, but that's not the worst fate in the world. Okay, selling my kidneys would be bad, but okay, we've got 5 of the 7 Giratina cards that I need. Unfortunately, the 2 left are the really expensive ones, but we'll figure that out. I do have enough packs to trade for 1 more. And I think at that point, we can probably run an Arceus Giratina deck for possibly next week. Here we go. Last pack magic. Last pack will be opening from Lost Origin. I do have a couple other packs to open as well. We'll tag that, plop that in at the end here. It's a Enamorous V. All right, this is our first one. It's got the ability Guardian of Love. Prevent all effects of your opponent's Pokemon's abilities done to each of your Pokemon that have any psychic energy attached except Enamorous V. Very situational. This would prevent something like a Umbreon gusting a Pokemon into the active. You're probably not going to play this, and its attack Blossom Tail does 100 damage, and you can attach up to 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to your bench Pokemon any way you like. Probably not worth it, but we'll take the V. We also have a build and battle kit, kind of hoping we can get we got the Machamp one, and so we do get a promo Machamp. I was kind of hoping for the Comfey though. We'll take it though. We'll take it. We do get an extra Irida, which is nice because Irida is a card that is very good. And We've got a couple of chests here as well. These are usually bad, so we'll just rapid fire through these really quick. Like, oh, Croconaw? No. Croconaw. Okay, that was really bad. That was really bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Descrier says, don't see the hype. And we got a Roxanne. Roxanne is a fantastic card as well. Well, a fantastic card. I don't need any more of those, but we love having them handy. We do get a Flapple, and that's... I mean, that does get play here and there. Welcoming Lantern, no. This is a terrible card. And last chest, and then we'll do a wrap-up of the... We'll do a wrap-up of the... our packs here today. Mag Mortar. No. No. All right, let's go and in summary... Oh, we have some locked packs of Astro we can open here. Okay. Let's open the one Chilling Reign. Like, I'm kind of hoping for a gold Snorlax. I think that's the only major thing I'm missing from this set. That would make my life if we pulled the gold Snorlax, right? Okay, we got a Metagross. I actually need these, so that's good. We're a little closer to building that quad Metagross deck. All right, Chilling Reign did good. 3 packs of Astral as well. Maybe we pull some Palkias here, and then I can trade some Palkias for a Giratina. That would be really nice. Here we go. Silene and a Regieleki. No. 2 more. 2 more. We do get a Bronzong, which is nice, and the Absol, which we're gonna see that a little later. And the last pack for today's pack opening. Jeez, we went almost 2 hours here. We've got a... Oh, no. All right, let's go look at our haul of... I'm totally drawing a blank here. Lost Origin cards. And do we want to look at it? Let's look at it in this view so you can see the cards nice and big. We do get a full line of audit. I mean, yeah, we don't really care about those. I'll point out anything noteworthy. We do get 3 Shiftry, which I guess. We only got 1 Trevenant V. Orbeetles, we have a couple of those. We do get 2 Magcargos. No one cares. We only got 1 Delphox V, which is fine. We probably weren't going to use that anyway. Some of the big wins here today were that we got a 3-2 line of Kyurem V and V Max. We've got the full art as well. We got 3 out of 4 Cremorant. That kind of annoys me a little bit. Hopefully we can... I'll probably just trade to get a 4th one. We do get the Horsies here as well. We got 2 Magnezone V. We didn't pull any of the V-Stars, though I think Magnezone V-Star is going to be pretty cheap. But at this point, because of how close we are to building Giratina, I will probably focus all of my trade assets on that. We do also have... We got... How many Comfeys did we finish with? 2. Ah, that's a little short. That's a little short. I'm going to have to trade for those as well. Darn. Okay. We do get an Enamorous V. I make this sound like this is bad. Like, this was a good pack opening. We pulled 5 of the 7 Giratina cards that we need, and that's the big one. And we pulled the Alt Art 2, which is crazy. We do get a 1-1 Drapion V. We're probably only going to play the Drapion V and not the V-Star. We've got... yeah, this is the big thing. We got 3 Giratina Vs. No, we got 4 Giratina Vs, 1 Giratina V-Star. And we got 2 Gudras, 2 Pidgeots. We got 3 Zoroark Vs. I'm going to have to keep my eyes out on this one. I wouldn't be surprised if Zoroark kind of fell, V-Star fell a little bit in the trade value there. So maybe we can squeeze some in. There's our Kyurem full art, a couple of Aerodactyl full arts, and the Coup de Grace, the Giratina V-Star Alt Art. Dreams do come true. Oh, wow, what a goated card. And then, yeah, we got a couple Charizards. We didn't get the full playset. That's okay. We got a couple Arcanines here. We got a couple Snorlaxes. And we got both gold cards, the gold Pikachu and the gold Mew. these will definitely end up in my decks, and you may see Mew VMAX, this one, when we stream Mew again at some point. I know I stream and cover Mew like crazy. There's at least one more Mew archetype that I want to cover, and we'll pop this one in there as well. So I think overall, like, yeah, this was a really good pack opening, and this sets us up for building a bunch of cool decks going forward. Yeah, that card is beautiful. I'm guessing you were talking about the Giratina. It's crazy. I know there's some people that aren't going to like it because of how, like, busy and messy it appears, but I think it totally fits the Pokemon, its aesthetic, and the whole vibe of it being the Chaos Pokemon and all that. I think this one, if you've got this IRL, it sells for a pretty penny. I'll take the digital version, though. That's fine. People are wrong. I agree. If I pulled this in real life, I would be very happy, but I would never play the card. It would just be sealed up. Like I have, this is not a flex. I know I show this card every time. I have the Dialga alt art. I really want to play the Dialga deck, and I'm glad that I have a Dialga V, but I will never play with this card. Ever, because it's the alt art and it's the expensive one. Jute Dart says, I can't wait to see alternate Lugia card in Silver Tempest. Yeah, I hope they do Lugia justice there, and I have a feeling they will. All right, this is for everybody that's been watching on YouTube after the fact. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Later.